Hello and welcome to your Social Science ABQ. I will be your instructor. My name is Kate Shields. You have two instructors if you haven't already kind of noticed or figured out. The other one is Frank. So how this breaks down is that you spend about 62.5 hours of work on the one half of the course, and then the 62.5 hours also on the other half, which is the core, which Frank kind of teaches. So if you were to take this in a classroom, you would spend kind of a morning session with your core teacher and then an afternoon section with your subject-specific teacher, kind of like it was back in Teachers College. So that core is like your methods and spec ed and school and some specific things that have to do with senior, and then my module, which is the subject specific stuff, have to do specifically with social science. So Frank is teaching everyone who is taking the ABQ this summer from Nipissing, and I just have the group of you who are taking the senior social science. I hope that kind of makes sense to you a little bit. So that's why the modules are a little bit out of sync. So Frank always has modules 1, 2, 3, and then the subject-specific teachers have the ones after that, so mine are 4 through 9. And it is important to just get into the gear of this because most people who take this ABQ are coming from a PJ background and they're trying to get into the high schools. So I do realize in PJ that social science is your history, geography world, but in high school, the senior social sciences are not that. Never. There is no geography or history. Those are a different course code in a different curriculum document. The ones we are talking about start with H's, and they're usually something to do about soc or psych or anthro, and then there's some other ones, as you will discover, that are in there, from fashion to some cooking. There's quite a wide variety in there, but at no point is there history or geography involved, and you will not be licensed to teach history or geography after taking this course. Okay, so how to kind of navigate yourself around the course. On the left-hand side in the blue menu is kind of your most important section. This part here just gives you some course information, but this is basically where you're going to live here in this middle section. The course content, think of that as your textbook for the course, if you will. Start with there. All of the readings are in there. Everything you need to do is there. Then you have a discussion link here, and so that for every module there's at least one discussion post, if not several. And then finally you have your course assignment, which is your evaluation piece. Every 2 weeks there's an assignment that is due, and they are always due on Wednesdays for me. Alright, there's a breakdown here of the percentage, and of course the last one is worth the most, which is doing a unit plan. So it is important to think of working through this course in the weeks. It is a 12-week program. I will give you this study schedule in a Word document that kind of outlines all of my due dates and how these modules kind of rotate. It's basically every 2 weeks a new module starts for me. You might want to double check with Frank. I understand he's made some changes to the syllabus, and he might be giving more or less time to certain modules, but still the same idea that it's a 12-week program. So over the 12 weeks you must complete Frank's stuff as well as mine at the same time. So submitting your stuff for me, I do not want anything through email. I think Frank is still doing things through email, but I prefer to use the actual Dropbox that is within Blackboard. So when you go into the assignment section, you'll see the assignment as the first link, but underneath it there will be a Dropbox link, and that's what you need to click on, and it is as simple as using an attachment feature in an email for you to submit your work there. The discussion posts, over the years this has gotten much better. Just some wording for you as well, that the new thread is what you're looking to do. Create a thread is over here. If you're having a hard time reading how they're going, you might want to change the display, so I also recommend that you change the way the threads are reading that are in there. And just to clarify how you're being marked on those discussions, because they are worth a percentage of your overall grade, they are mandatory to do. You get 1 point for actually posting, and then you get 0.25 for responding to someone else's posts within the discussion areas. Due dates. So like I said, every 2 weeks a new module starts. So within that 2 weeks you must complete the discussion post, and then on the Wednesday, that final day, the assignment is due. Alright, I have no problems giving extensions, happy to do so. Life happens. The only requirement is that you must ask for it before the due date, and this is more of a record keeping thing that I have to put a request in through Nipissing, and it's always okay, it's just it needs to happen before the due date. affected. So please keep that in mind. For whatever reason you need extra time, just send me off a quick email saying I would need an extra couple of days done, and now I have the paperwork and the record to back it up. All right. For your email, so you will have noticed that you have a Nipsey email account, and I must communicate with you through that email account. Now, if you're like myself, I have several email accounts and don't really need to check another one each day. So if you prefer to get notifications through another email, you can set this up yourself actually. So when you're in your email from Nipsey, which is just a different Gmail account, there's a little cogwheel and you can go into the settings there, and then there should be a tab that's for forwarding, and then you can put the forwarding address that you would like the emails to go to, and then at least you'll be able to see when something's been emailed to you from your Nipsey account. Otherwise, please try and check that email account at least once or twice a week, because that will be the way that I'll be communicating with you throughout this course. All right, best of luck. You will be receiving kind of an email update from me weekly on Tuesdays to help you navigate through the course and the modules and where we are. All right, looking forward to working with you all. Thank you.